Hey there, everyone. What's up? I am here today with more pickups because people like pickups, I guess. I don't know. I just have a lot of stuff and I feel like talking about it. So I got it. I'm showing it. That's what I'm doing. But we got some games. So we've got, first thing here, Mr. Driller 2. Mr. Driller 2 on the Game Boy Advance. I'm yet to play this, but I don't know how it differs from Mr. Driller 1. There's an extra character on the cover, but I've been on a Mr. Driller thing recently. I've been playing a lot of Mr. Driller, so I got Mr. Driller 2 for the Game Boy Advance. Hopefully it's good. I've never heard anybody talk about it, though. But Mr. Driller, good series. It's a good enough series for me to bought also Mr. Driller G, which I did have played. I was playing this on my stream on Twitch, and Mr. Driller G was cool. I got it because I wasn't sure how it was different from Mr. Driller, the original game on PlayStation 1, also on Dreamcast. But when I looked at the cover, it says that it's action, puzzle, and role play. And I thought, oh, there's that role playing thing. There must be a role playing mode. So there must be something different than the normal Mr. Driller. Because in the GameCube one, and I don't have the GameCube one, which it's one of the only Mr. Driller games I don't have yet. There's actually a kind of Tower of Druaga type of role-playing game in there, where there's bosses and stuff, fights with hit points and stuff. Whereas this game is the role-playing mode is more like a scenario mode, where you kind of go through and you have certain scenarios you have to complete, and then there's kind of a boss where it's a race though. It's not like a fight. It's pretty good though. It's Mr. Driller. So if you like Mr. Driller, you like this game. It's kind of hard to screw up Mr. Driller, I think, as long as you keep the basic idea of the game going. So there it is, Mr. Driller. That's all the Mr. Driller I've got this time, though. But you can look at these, the color palette. It's pretty identical, and you can see this character is also here in Mr. Driller G. But there are many more characters, including the dude from Dig Dug shows up in Mr. Driller G, who is the character's father. But we've got some other stuff here. We've got a Dreamcast game. This is Rent-A-Hero #1. This is a remake of Rent-A-Hero on the Mega Drive Genesis. This game also came out on the Xbox. It's this game Rent-A-Hero has more remakes than anything I can think of. Rent-A-Hero, and then there's Rent-A-Hero 1 on the Dreamcast, and then there's the same game remade again for the Xbox, the original Xbox. And I could have got the original Xbox one, but I figured man, I'm way more likely to play the Dreamcast version because I have the Dreamcast already hooked up, and it's really, kind of nearby. So I, got the Dreamcast one. It was a little cheaper too. That wasn't a big factor, but it helps. So yeah, Rent-A-Hero 3D kind of action RPG for goofy Sega stuff. What else do we got here? We've got some PS3 games. I got a couple of PS3 games that I got for I was at the book off, and they were 250 yen each, which is a little more than $2.25 or something. It's around there. But then I got this is Trinity Zil Zero. I have yet to play any of the newer Trinity games, and by newer I mean from PS2 on. I played the PS1 one, and I remember thinking it was an okay game. But I never played any of the other ones, and recently I stumbled upon them for really cheap. This was $250. So I was oh well, at $250 I can play another Trinity game even if it's mediocre. So I haven't heard anybody really talk about this game, so I don't know what it's actually like, but since it was $250, I assume it's probably wasn't very well received, but it might be alright. I'm going to check it out eventually. Trinity Zil Zero. And this one is a game that everybody was super hyped for when it came out, and I just never picked it up. And everyone was raving about this game, it's a really great game, so I'm expecting it to be good, but That's Asura's Wrath. I never bought this. I don't know why I never bought it. I meant to buy it, and then I was like, oh, well, I'll wait for it to get cheap. And then, like, I forgot about it. And then, like, I saw it at the store for, again, $250. And I was like, well, for $250, I can't pass up Asura's Wrath, so I'm going to get it. And I did. So, that's a good one. Next I got a PS4 game here. There's not really an order to this. It's just kind of like the pile that I have next to me. So, this is a PS4 game. I got this game... I hadn't heard about this game, actually. I didn't know what it was about, but I saw maybe Crack Lotus talking about it, and I thought, like, well, that sounds like something for me. This is Prison Architect. Prison Architect here is, you know, Prison Architect. It's a simulation game managing a high-security prison, which is probably full of hijinks. Sounds good to me. There's police beating on prisoners on the cover. I mean, that's the kind of simulation game I want to play. So, I've got Prison Architect, and I've yet to play it. And I've had it for a little while now. I just keep forgetting to play it. But I will eventually. Prison Architect. We got some PSP games here now. We've got... This is... Oh, wait. This is Queen's Blade. If you remember recently I was playing Queen's Gate on my Twitch stream, and Queen's Gate, I started playing it. I played it for like the first couple parts of it, and then I realized, like, oh, this is the second part of the story. This is the sequel. I shouldn't play this anymore. I should get the original one, the first part, and play that first, so I know what the hell's going on. And I did that. So that's this. This is Queen's Blade, Spiral Chaos. These games are confusing if you didn't look them up, because they're both named the same thing. Like, this is Queen's Blade, Spiral Chaos. The other one is Queen's Gate, Spiral Chaos, and you're just like, what? Huh? Why? Just give me a different subtitle. But they don't. And this is kind of a strategy RPG with all kind of female characters from various Namco properties, but also some other properties too. So, you know, it kind of plays like Project Cross Zone if you didn't have like the action battle parts for the battling. Sort of like that. It's very similar. It looks very similar. The play style is very similar. The character models look very similar. It's pretty much that kind of thing. The next thing I have here is Riviera, the Promised Land, and I have this on the Wonderswan. Yeah, but I figured I'd get the PSP version because as much as the Wonderswan has good stuff, it's like, I don't have a lamp I can sit under to play that thing all the time. So PSP version it is. So next we've got a DS game here. This is Shining Force Feather. I've never heard anybody say anything good about this game. And I thought it came out in the US, but apparently it didn't. So now I'm starting to wonder if the people who were saying bad things about it just hadn't played it and assumed it was bad. But it's because like someone came into the stream I was doing, the Shining Force. Not Shining Force, but Shining Wind stream, and was saying like, oh yeah, this Shining Force Feather game is good. And they were the first person I heard that said it was good. And I thought, like, well, someone must like it. It must be pretty good. Not exactly. I was just like, if someone likes it, then it's probably not all bad. So I should at least check it out for myself to see if it's bad. And I looked it up, and I thought, like, well, it's a turn-based strategy game. Like, it's hard to screw that up unless it's just stupid easy. So it could be good. I don't know. I haven't played this yet, but as you guys might have noticed, I played through the entirety of Shining Wind, and that was after the last pickup video where I was like got Shining Force. What's it called? Shining Resonance. That's what it is. And I got Shining Resonance, and I was saying like I'd never played any of those PS2 Shining games. So I thought, like, I should remedy that and buy all the Shining games on the PS2. So I did. They'll show up later in here. But I also got Shining Force Feather to round out those Shining games that I don't have. So next we got an Xbox 360 game, a single one. This is Lord of the Rings: War in the North, and I've heard that this game is mediocre, but I've always wanted to play it, but, you know, it's kind of like an import for here, so it's expensive, and I thought, like, man, I'm never going to play War in the North, because I don't want to pay, like, $30 for War in the North. But then I found this copy for $5, and I thought, like, well, $5, I'll pay $5 for War in the North, because, you know, I like Lord of the Rings, and even if the game is bad, like, I'll at least get, like, a little bit of, like, fanboy fun out of liking Lord of the Rings. So, good enough for me. So, here we are, with Lord of the Rings: War in the North. This might be, like, an Asian version. I don't know why it was so cheap. But maybe it doesn't have a manual. No, it's fine. This appears to be a regular North American version. $5, whatever. I'm good with that. Maybe it was cheap because it's the North American version. That's what. But I don't know. Who knows? Whatever. And I got a Wii game. It's rare that I get Wii games, but I've been picking up a few. This is Baroque, and this is a remake. It's kind of a roguelike type of game, but it's a remake of a game on the Saturn and PS1 maybe also, but I have the Saturn version of this game, and it's slightly different. I mean, the way it works is different in this to the Wii version, but because I have the Saturn version, I thought, like, well, maybe I'll not buy the Wii version, but, you know, it was not that expensive, and I thought, like, it's different. It's not the exact same game, so I'll pick it up. And it came highly recommended. So, but I mean, I already know what it's like. I know what kind of game it is, but I don't know. I just don't know how different the Wii version is. But Baroque, that's a pretty good game on the Saturn. I don't know if it's a. So I assume it's good on the Wii. Okay, so we get into these. It's a lump of PS2 games I got here. I got a bunch of PS2 stuff recently because I like PS2, but I have a, you know, I've been like looking through PS2 stuff specifically for RPGs and things that I hadn't played, or like kind of lesser known RPGs that people might be interested in. And then I found one or two that I thought was something that I really wanted to check out, even though I've never heard anybody talk about. But first, we'll get into those Shining Force games. This is Shining Force Neo. I have yet to play Shining Force Neo, so I don't know what it's like. But I think this game was poorly received. I assume it's kind of like an action battle system, like the like Wind was. It might be, but I'm not exactly sure. If it's turn-based, that'd be awesome. I'd be happy with that, but I don't think it is. Maybe it is. Let me look. No, it doesn't say it is. Well, whatever. Shining Force Neo, and I got Shining Force Ixa. This is another one of these the action Shining Force games, like Shining Wind is. There's one more, Shining Tears, on the PS2 that I still haven't bought. But I guess I'll get that eventually. It's kind of prequel. That one was released in English. I'm not sure about this one. Ixa, maybe? It's EXA, I guess, but it's pronounced Ixa in the Japanese. This is another one of those, the action Shining Force games. So we got some more PS2 stuff. We've got, this is the Chikubo Gun, which is the very first simple series, Earth Defense Force game. And recently I've been playing Earth Defense Force 3 on the Xbox with a friend who sucks, can't play any games, and she's terrible at all games, but she can play Earth Defense Force, so it's like the only game she can play that I have that we can actually play together without it being like a frustrating mess, mostly for her. So this game I got because, like, okay, well, maybe it's another game, like, once we finish 3, we can play this one. And I have 2. I mean, I have more of these, but I figure, like, you should start from the beginning, right? Next we've got This is Zil Infinite. This is also on the PSP as a kind of updated port or something. It's Zil Infinite Plus on the PSP, but the PS2 version is especially cheap. So again, this ties back into when I had Trinity, but I got this one because, again, I've only played the first one on the PS1, and figured I'd just pick up the other two, because this one was like $2 or something. It was maybe less than that. So I thought, like, I got Trinity, might as well get the one on the PS2 as well. Next we've got, this is The Dungeon RPG. And The Dungeon RPG here is actually, it looks to be like a roguelike, but it's a ninja roguelike, so you're playing this character here is Shinobi. So it's kind of a dungeon RPG roguelike. If you looking at the screenshots, it looks like a kind of mystery dungeon game, or like a roguelike, but with ninjas and weird Japanese monsters and things. It looks actually really cool. It looks I mean, obviously the models aren't going to look so great. It's not like, I mean, if you can see it, the models don't look like great, but it's like a budget game. So the Simple series has a lot of these kind of budget games that are like budget RPGs for genres that aren't super popular, which I appreciate. So I've been, searching through the kind of Simple series for games that I think like I might enjoy. I mean, there's all the wacky ones that everybody knows, but there's some in there that are stranger, like things that people aren't going to really be looking for, or that just sound generic. Like this one, it's called The Dungeon RPG. Like, what do you do with that? But when you look at it, you're like, oh, it's ninjas and it looks like a roguelike. That's kind of cool. So, that's what I'm going with. The next couple here, this one is one that I found. I mean, recently I was streaming Ore no Shikabane o Kote Yuke on the PSP on Twitch, and that is you guys probably know as Oreshika on the Vita, but the prequel, the original game, the first game in the series was on the PSP, and I loved that game. And I love the one on the Vita too. It's a good game. But like I was saying in that stream, like, oh man, when Mars and Alpha Systems get together and make a game, it's always awesome. They've made like some of my favorite games. And I was like, man, I gotta see if they have any other games besides the ones I already know that I haven't. And like I went through their entire library, like Alpha Systems library, and Alpha Systems makes a lot of games, but they make a lot of different games, and not with the secondary company Mars. And there's apparently only like a couple of games with Mars and Alpha Systems, but there was one that I had never heard of that I hadn't played before on the PS2, and it looks not my type of game, but it's the kind of thing where when those two companies made a game together, every time it's been like spectacular. And I think about it and I think like, well, this game doesn't look like the type of game that I would want to play, but maybe it is secretly, and just I don't know. And it's made by those developers, and I think like, man, they haven't failed me before. Why would they start now? So, I mean, it's not impossible that they have, but again, I haven't started this, but this is Abarenbo Princess, which is kind of like the Berserker Princess or something. But she basically, it's made by Mars and Alpha Systems, who made like Linda Cubed and the Orishika series and stuff like that, and they are always doing stuff that's amazing. So I went out on a limb and picked this up. I mean, but look at that. That doesn't look like something you want to play. But in the end, it's probably going to be awesome. So I'm kind of hyped to play this. I'm hoping it's going to be good, actually, because the developers are top notch. The last PS2 game here is um, this is Gegege no Kitaro, which is a long-running anime with monsters and things. There's a lot of games in this series too. Actually, there's a ton of games, but this one specifically is unlike the other ones in that most of these Kitaro games are action games, platformers, things like that. But this one, which is the most expensive game out of all of these games, um, is a strategy RPG. I don't know why there's a Gegege no Kitaro strategy RPG, and I don't know why it was so expensive, but it was. Um, but here it is, and I looked at some gameplay of it, and I thought like, well, that's a strategy RPG. It looks good to me. So I picked it up, and we've got just two more things here. One of them is gaming related, and one of them is not. But one is a PS3 game, and it's something I bought on a whim that's probably going to be terrible. And it's a move game, so get excited. This is Book of Spells. Book of Spells. You can't, that's how things happen here, I guess. Magic with move controller. So yeah, Book of Spells. This is based on Harry Potter. It's from Harry Potter, and you use the move to like as a wand and cast magic spells. It's a kind of a augmented reality type of thing where you use the book and it reads things and things come out of the book and you can light things on fire and shit. It's that kind of thing. It's obvious. It's like one of those Wonder Book games that failed miserably, but and it's for kids. It's that kind of thing. But I saw it and I thought like, it's like $6 and you get a big ass book, and when am I going to use my move? So I bought the Wonder Book game for like $6, and I'll play it, and I'll probably play the whole thing in one sitting, and it'll be stupid, and I'll think like, well, that was a waste of money, but maybe I'll also think like, well, it was probably worth $6. So who knows? Could be good. So that was it. The last thing I got here was something I've actually bought this morning. Like, I ordered it this morning and it showed up in the evening. Good old Amazon Japan. That's this book right here. It's a book. It's not a book so much as it's comics. But it's Clive Barker's Nightbreed Archive. This is a collection of the Nightbreed comics. And it also includes the collection of Jihad, which was the kind of Nightbreed and Hellraiser crossover. Good stuff, though. I own all these comics in the U.S. Like, of course, I have all the Nightbreed stuff, but like, I can't not have this. It's a hardcover collection of the Nightbreed comics. Like, perfect for me. I mean, all my comics are in the U.S., so like, I don't really collect comics anymore, but sometimes if you like Nightbreed like I do, you need all the stuff, so you get this Nightbreed hardcover when you see it. And I've been like eyeing it on Amazon US forever. It's like $50 though, and I was like, I don't know if I want to pay $50 for it. And I don't even think, yeah, the retail price is like $45. I don't know why it's like it's $45 because it's a hardcover, I guess, but like. On Amazon Japan for some reason, like I hadn't looked there previously, and I just have it in a wish list on US Amazon, and I've just like always had it on there, thinking like, oh, I'm totally gonna buy this eventually when I like really feel like wasting a lot of money on something that's gonna take like weeks to get to me. But then I looked on Amazon Japan like on a whim this morning, and it was there for like $23, and I was like, well, and there was like one in stock, and I was like, well, fuck, I gotta buy it now before it sells out and goes up to like $60, and I never get a chance again. So I bought it immediately, and it came to my house, and then now I've got more Nightbreed books. I was gonna say I should do a video about all my Nightbreed stuff, because I have a ton of stuff that like I have like rare signed posters and shit. I'm like a Nightbreed fanatic that Nobody knows. I've got a felt poster signed by Clive Barker. That's how Nightbreed I am. Like, I got so much stuff. I should do that. The Nightbreed video. It's not going to be exciting, though. There's not a lot of stuff. There's not a lot of Nightbreed stuff, as you'd imagine, but, like, you know, there's some stuff that other people probably aren't having, I guess. But yeah, that's about it. That's it. That's 25 minutes of pickups of stuff that nobody wants to play, I think, besides me, for the most part. But yeah, that'll do it. So I guess I will catch you guys next time.